If you remember a time when meeting someone meant actually leaving the house, having face-to-face conversations, and nervously dialing their number, hoping they pick up and actually want to talk, you are not alone. But now, thanks to Tinder, Bumble, and a whole bunch of dating apps, meeting people has gone digital. It's like love in the 21st century, only with more swiping and fewer awkward silences. Online dating has redefined romance, but it's not all smooth sailing. From ghosting to too many choices, it's a wild ride. So, buckle up as we dive into the good, the bad, and the sometimes cringy world of online dating. The algorithm knows you better than your mom. Online dating in the 21st century is not just about lonely hearts wandering into sketchy chat rooms anymore. No, we've graduated to sophisticated algorithms that match you with someone based on your deepest desires or, at least, the last 5 things you Googled. Gone are the days of awkwardly trying to get someone's attention in a bar, where the only thing more uncomfortable than the conversation is your attempt to buy a drink without spilling it everywhere. Thanks to the magic of technology, all you need to do is create a profile, upload a selfie that looks like you just woke up from a nap but still somehow flawless, and answer a few questions about your personality. It's basically the digital version of a first date, but without the existential dread of do I order the fries, or will that make me look desperate? What's even better, you can do all of this from your couch, where the only risk is the possibility of your cat walking across the screen during your big moment. You no longer have to meet people at bars or parties, where conversations are as meaningful as trying to talk to someone during a rock concert. Now you can engage with strangers you never meet in real life. Maybe it's because you don't leave the house, or maybe it's because they live 2,000 miles away, but who cares? The world is your dating oyster. But of course, there's a downside. And that downside is that online dating is basically the digital version of playing the lottery, but instead of winning millions, you might end up with someone who says they're a professional traveler, but has never left their parents' basement. You see, the beauty of hiding behind a screen is that it's super easy to fake who you are. Gone is the risk of a real-life face-to-face interaction where you have to actually be yourself. Instead, people can craft elaborate profiles full of flattering pictures and buzzwords like adventurous, spontaneous, and loves long walks on the beach. And the result? You're left staring at a profile picture of someone who might be a supermodel or, more likely, someone who Googled how to look like a supermodel. But hey, that's the excitement of online dating. You never really know what you are getting behind that next profile. It could be love, or it could be a bot trying to sell you cryptocurrency. Either way, it's never boring. And if nothing else, at least you'll have a great story to tell your friends at the next party or bar. Ghosting, the modern-day Houdini trick. Remember the good old days when a person would just tell you they were not interested? Today, however, we have got a much more dramatic, albeit somewhat cowardly, phenomenon. Ghosting, the digital version of a Houdini trick. Ghosting happens when someone simply vanishes from your messages without a trace. One minute you are exchanging witty banter, and the next poof. This disappearing act is especially easy in the world of online dating, where cutting someone off requires no more effort than tapping the ignore button. And since you've never actually met face to face, there's little accountability or consequences for ghosting. It's like being in the middle of a romantic conversation, and then snap, they are gone. This can leave people feeling confused, disappointed, and wondering if they somehow said the wrong thing when, in reality, it might have nothing to do with you at all. More choices, more problems. Dating apps give you a buffet of options. Too many options, the promise of endless swipes, infinite possibilities, and no shortage of potential matches sounds great until it does not. With so many people at your fingertips, the question is, how do you decide? Do you go for the person who looks great in photos but doesn't mention anything about their interests? Or do you swipe right on the person who lists the most obscure hobbies and ends every sentence with an emoji? The overwhelming array of choices can, ironically, lead to dissatisfaction. It's like being in a candy store and then suddenly feeling paralyzed by the sheer amount of sugar on display. Plus, as the app experience continues, it's easy to become disenchanted with the process. If you're facing hundreds of profiles, it can be hard to stay invested in any one person. You begin to wonder whether you are actually making meaningful connections or just indulging in a game of digital roulette. But on the flip side, for some, dating apps help break through the social anxiety barrier. For introverts or those with social anxiety, texting before meeting in person provides a safety net. You can gauge your connection through text, take things at your own pace, and decide when the time is right to meet in person. For others, online dating allows them to connect with people outside their typical social circles or communities, broadening their chances of finding meaningful relationships. Gratification-driven romance. In the fast-paced world of online dating, quick satisfaction is king. With a simple swipe, you can connect with someone, see if they like you back, and then proceed to exchange pleasantries or more almost instantaneously. Dating apps operate on a gratification-driven model, and just like scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, there's an addictive element to receiving likes and matches that releases endorphins, the same feel-good chemicals you get from a video game. But therein lies the catch. Just like getting lost in the vortex of social media, dating apps often encourage a superficial approach to romance. The emphasis is frequently on physical appearance or a few catchy phrases in a profile rather than meaningful, deep connections. The promise of immediate gratification has contributed to a rise in hookup culture, where people prioritize casual physical encounters over emotional intimacy. And while there's no shame in having fun, it's important to remember that online dating isn't just about collecting matches, it's about making genuine connections. It's easy to fall into the trap of swipe fatigue, where you stop investing emotionally because it's just so much easier to swipe and move on. Dopamine and disappointment. Let's talk about dopamine, shall we? That little chemical is the culprit behind many of the feelings we experience when we get a new match or message. Online dating apps are engineered to be addictive. Just like video games, they provide instant rewards in the form of likes, matches, and messages. This leads to a surge of dopamine, making you feel validated and excited. This emotional high can quickly fade, especially when you start facing rejection, ghosting, or simply getting tired of the endless cycle of superficial interactions. The result? Online dating can leave people feeling emotionally drained, lonely, or frustrated when things don't go as expected. It's like the feeling you get after binge watching your favorite show. You're on top of the world when the new episode starts, but by the end of the marathon, you're left wondering what happened to all the joy and excitement. Self-esteem and the dating app. Just like Instagram and Facebook, dating apps measure success through engagement. The number of likes, matches, and positive comments you get can greatly influence your self-esteem. After all, who does not feel a little special when someone swipes right on them? It's a modern-day popularity contest, and every match feels like a personal victory. But for those who get few matches or feel ignored in the online dating world, this can have the opposite effect. Being ghosted or rejected after opening up can lead to a dip in confidence, with some users feeling worse about themselves as a result. We are all human, and our worth should never be tied to how many swipes we get. But in the world of dating apps, the pressure is real. Texting versus talking. After months of swiping and chatting, you finally meet someone in person. This is when the real challenge begins. You have spent so much time behind a screen that your interpersonal skills may need some dusting off. Face-to-face communication is a whole different ballgame. Tone of voice, body language, and eye contact, all of these play crucial roles in how we interact and build rapport. When your interactions have been largely confined to emojis and texts, it can be tough to bridge that gap between online and real-life communication. Those nonverbal cues that come so naturally in person can suddenly feel unfamiliar and awkward. For some, this can hinder the development of a meaningful relationship. Never forget the power of face-to-face connections. While dating apps have revolutionized romance, it's important to remember the value of in-person connections. The old-school methods of meeting people through friends, at work, or even at your local coffee shop should never be underestimated. There's something irreplaceable about the chemistry you feel when you lock eyes with someone across the room. The spark, the nervous energy, it's hard to recreate that in a digital chat. So, while online dating has certainly changed the game, don't forget the power of real-life interactions. After all, some of the best connections are still made IRL, where swiping left or right is not a factor. And there you have it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of online romance, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Drop your thoughts, experiences, or favorite dating app moments in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Until next time, keep swiping, keep smiling, and most importantly, keep being you.